Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a products I regret buying video. So these are just a few things that I've bought and I haven't got on with in one way or another. I don't like them for whatever reason. That's not to say that you or someone else wouldn't really love them, but for me they just don't work, I don't get on with them. And I kind of regret buying them, so I'll just get started. The first one is a product that was hyped up quite a lot in blogs and on YouTube, and it's the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation. I got the shade Ivory, which is the palest shade, and it's way too dark for me. Do a little swatch. It doesn't look too bad on the camera there. But it's just really orange, and it's also got little bits of glitter in it which are meant to sort of like reflect the light and make you have a bit of radiant glow, but it just looks like you put glitter all over your face really. It's also really thick and I find it really hard to blend into the skin. It's meant to be like a sort of natural finish kind of look, so it doesn't really look like you're wearing lots of makeup, but it's basically impossible to blend it in properly to make it look natural. The one thing I do like about it is the scent. It has a really nice sort of fresh kind of cucumbery scent which I really like, but it's too orange, it's too thick, too glittery. Just really, I didn't like it at all, not for me. It might be better if you're not so pale, as the shades might suit you a little bit better, but definitely if you're anything like me then I wouldn't even bother trying it. The next product is another one that's been really hyped up. Everyone seems to love it, but I just did not get on with this at all. It's the Liz Earl Cleansing Polish. It's probably a bit of a controversial one, as everyone absolutely seems to love it. Now, the first time I used this, I used it for a week or two and it made me break out, and I'm pretty sure it was this because there wasn't really any other products that I used that were new or any differences like in my diet or anything like that, so I'm fairly sure it was this. And then I used it, I left it a few weeks for my skin to clear up, tried using it again and it just didn't make any difference to my skin. It just didn't make it look any better. It felt quite nice to use it because it's quite creamy and it does remove all your makeup, but there definitely were no sort of major benefits that I saw, so I don't get why it's quite so hyped up. Maybe it's just not good for my skin type, or maybe I was expecting it to be a lot better than it was because it was so hyped up. Maybe I was like expecting too much from it, but it was alright. I just didn't think it was that great, and it did also make me break out a little bit, which my skin never ever does, so that was disappointing. So that was a bit of a waste of money. The next thing that I bought this ages ago and I recently rediscovered it and I thought, oh, why did I not keep using that? This seems like a really good product. But then I tried it out and it was actually really rubbish. So it's the No. 7 Shine Free Primer. It's basically a mattifying primer that you put on before your foundation to just even out your skin and make sure you don't get oily bits and such like, which is perfect for me because I don't really have particularly oily skin, but I do get quite an oily T-zone and I hate that sort of dewy look. I like to be as matte as possible, so I thought this will be a really good product to try. But it's just so thick and it actually feels like you're putting glue on your skin. Like, it's really thick and it dries almost instantly, so it's impossible to blend it out properly. It does stop you looking shiny, it does do a good job of mattifying, but you basically can't put any foundation on top of it because it won't blend in, it just kind of sticks and goes patchy. Same with powder. If you try to put anything over the top of this, it just won't work. And it has like when you try and blend it in, it leaves like little patches where there's like no product at all, and then there's a big like clump of it somewhere else, so just basically a bit rubbish really. I think I got this like when Boots had one of those like number 7 £5 off vouchers or something like that, so I don't think I paid full price for it, which I'm quite glad about because it's really rubbish, so definitely would not recommend that. The next product is a mascara. It's actually, I do like the mascara itself, but I stupidly bought it in brown instead of black, which is why I regret buying this one. It's the Lash Architect 4D. I don't know if you're going to be able to read that because it's basically like a mirror. Anyway, it's the Lash Architect 4D by L'Oreal. I really like this mascara. It gives like really long lashes, quite volumized, has just quite a thin brush like that. A lot of the mascaras I've been using lately have quite a big brush, but this one I actually really like the thin brush, so might try looking for one like that again. But yeah, it's a really good mascara, but it's brown, and because my hair is so dark, it just looks a bit weird when I wear brown mascaras. Like if you had lighter, like blonder hair, then I think this would be a really good mascara, because especially for like the daytime when you didn't want to do like full-on makeup, it would be good for just like volumizing your lashes a little bit. But for me, because my hair is so dark, if I use a brown mascara, it's kind of even more obvious that I'm wearing mascara than if it was a black one. So that's kind of annoying, because it is a really good mascara, and I feel like it was, I don't think it was really expensive, but it was probably around a tenner, so kind of disappointed by that. Although I am thinking I might just put this on and then do a very light top coat of another mascara that's black, and that might kind of sort it out a bit, so hopefully it won't be a total waste of money. The last product I'm going to talk about is a lipstick from e.l.f. I think this is part of their mineral lipstick range, so I think these are the ones that are about £3.50 instead of £1.50 or whatever. And the shade is Natural Nymph, which is just a nude shade. Now for some people this would probably be like the perfect nude lipstick, but for me, because I am so pale, it just looks horrendous on me. It doesn't look too bad when it's swatched on my hand there, but on the lips it basically just looks like I'm wearing foundation on my lips, which is not a good look really. The formula, I don't know if it's just because it's such a pale colour, but it does seem like quite a patchy formula. It looks quite creamy on my hand though, so maybe it's just because if I had a darker colour it would maybe be really good. So yeah, I definitely don't like this lipstick, and I will probably never use it because it just looks a bit horrendous. I find that it's kind of the same for quite a lot of e.l.f. products. Either you really like them or they're just completely awful. I think I'm probably going to sort of stop ordering things from e.l.f. unless I've heard like a really good recommendation, because when you just buy things on a whim, usually they turn out to be pretty rubbish. So yes, do not like this lipstick at all. So that was my 5 products that I regret buying. I hope maybe some of you agree with me on some of them and it's not just me being a little bit insane. Especially things like the lizard, because I literally don't think I've ever heard a negative review about it, so I feel like I'm maybe the only one that just doesn't like it. But oh well. I hope you enjoyed that, maybe you found it a little bit helpful, and do let me know in the comments if you have tried any of these products or if you've done your own video about products you regret buying, because I would be really interested to see what other people like and don't like. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!